34F, 30M. Girlfriend kicked me out of bed. So here I am, laying on the couch, it's 3:15 a.m. and I just want to scream for help. Girlfriend woke me up 15 minutes ago by insulting me and then proceeding to pull the pillows from under me and then eventually ripping the blankets off of me until I just got up and walked away. I went to the bathroom and I almost cried because I want to leave so bad, but somehow I continue to stay. I don't know why. Today I'm calling my family and going to see if they will allow me to live with them for the time being. I just don't want to live this way anymore. Update. She broke down crying this morning and we called our couples therapist. Girlfriend needs to get back on her hormone medication, estrogen, and ADHD medication as well. I told her if she does not get back on her medication, that I will leave, 100% without hesitation. You're the McDonald's order guy. Follow through on calling your family, this relationship sucks. Do you even know what she was angry about? I'm so sorry this is happening to you. It is abuse, and you absolutely should leave. My advice, as someone who stayed for way too long, is remember the moments when you were crying. Force yourself to remember. Those times are what this relationship is about. Leave her and never look back. Please. Get your shit together and get out of Dodge. Do you have a lease with the landlord? Do whatever you have to get away from her. Honestly, whether she needs meds or not. Abusing your partner is never okay. She's just abusive. This has nothing to do with estrogen or ADHD. This is who she is. Don't leave anything with her when you go. You won't get it back otherwise. I'm sorry that happened to you. Leave as soon as you can. Good luck. Boyfriend, 33 male. Says I'm 25 female, too secretive. I met my boyfriend almost a year ago and I was swept off my feet. He was overly sweet and gentle, and we quickly fell in love. He said he wanted kids and a family and I found that really attractive. However, we've had some problems. I confronted my boyfriend because he booked a 3-week vacation and didn't tell me. He argued that I'm actually causing the problem because I'm very secretive. So now he kinda wants to know where I am all the time, even down to what grocery store. He also started showing up at the gym during the times he knows I would be there. He said that I should be staying at home and cooking for him because he worked so hard in grad school. I don't really know how to explain things. I've tried to tell him that some things hurt my feelings and he says, this conversation is over, and will leave unless I make him food and dote on him. I'm feeling very confused. TLDR boyfriend says I'm secretive, but I'm not. He's saying that as an excuse to be controlling. He shouldn't be tracking your every move and showing up at places to check on you. He also doesn't sound very empathetic or caring about how you feel about things. I'd take a step back and rethink if the image you had of this guy in your head from the start is lining up with the reality of how he's treating you. That's called gaslighting. Do not have children with this man. You. Why didn't you tell me you're going on a 3-week vacation? Him. Actually, you're the problem. No. He's crazy. You should run. You're not being secretive. You're being controlled and isolated by an abusive man that is manipulating you into believing you are the problem. My girlfriend moved in and it ruined it. Me, 22 male, her, 20 female. My relationship is still pretty new. We've been together for over a year now. She moved into my place after about 8 months. Before she moved in, I had just got out of a 3-year relationship. The time between the relationships is about a year. In that year I had finally become content with being by myself. I was happy, played video games with my brothers and worked out frequently. I met her because we worked together and I thought she was cute, so I talked to her. She's not the first girl I've lived with, but I'm her first everything. She's never had a boyfriend or anything. I think that's why she's so attached to me. I can't play video games, I've had to stop going to the gym, and if I do any of those things she get really emotional and starts crying saying she just misses me. At first I thought it was sweet. I figured letting her move in would help because maybe she would get tired of me. It's had the opposite effect. She's super sensitive to everything that if I even take a stern tone she cries. I can't take it any longer. I'm tired of walking on eggshells and I miss my old lonely life. The hard part is I don't know if I'll find all her good qualities in someone else. She cleans and cooks constantly. She's also in college to be a nurse. She's loving and caring and would make a great mother. She's what I prayed for in a woman to build a life with. I just need space. She gets too emotional when I ask for it though. Sorry for the poor grammar, was never the best at punctuation. Honestly, all the good qualities you described about her is just the stuff that she does for you, can provide for you. You didn't list anything unique or intrinsic to her as a person. So, she's a good housekeeper and a potentially good caregiver. Take those qualities away, would you still be attracted to her? You both sound too immature to be dating. The one thing you like about her and think you can't replace is that she cooks and cleans? Sounds like a bangmaid. Dude, you caught one that's not finished growing yet. She's acting like you are her high school boyfriend who is ignoring her during study hall or something. For her own sake, let her go. You've been on your own since you were 17. You have about 3 years head start on most people your age. Try dating a 25-year-old woman who wants kids. It's not a difficult demographic to find. You just need some boundaries and she needs to know that you need your own space sometimes. Husband, 35M. Not respecting my, 31F, boundaries. Husband not respecting boundaries. My, 31F, husband, 35M, of 8 years, together 13, is a gamer. Over the last 2+ years he's made a group of friends he regularly plays with, about 7 people, including another married couple who live in another country. He's become quite close with the wife. I'll call her A. They message on Discord randomly throughout the day and then play online together almost every night. I've told my husband multiple times that the amount of time spent with her versus me is totally disproportionate and he'd apologize, but after a while go back to doing it. They don't talk about anything inappropriate or intimate, but he does talk to her about stuff going on in his day that he doesn't talk to me about. I've tried getting into gaming with the group to be closer to my husband. We all played Minecraft together. The two of them ran off in game and built a house. He apologized when I confronted him and said he didn't think of it like that. He promised we would build a cabin on a mountain in the game, but when I had to work and couldn't play for a few days I came home to see him finishing up a cabin and he was reluctant to tell me she'd helped him with it. There are other examples and they sound childish and petty, but I don't care. He said it meant a lot that I wanted to play games with him, but then he put her first in all the games. He got me an expensive Christmas gift last year that I told him before he got it that I didn't need or want, but she recommended it to him. I don't even use it because it still upsets me and he's upset that I don't use it. It's a drawing tablet. I already have one and am comfortable with the program it has. The one he got me is a whole different program I don't even know how to use. This has been going on over a year. I can't tell him to cut her out because they're the only friend group he's had in a while and they all play D&D together each week. I've tried talking to him and explaining how him putting all his time and energy into both A and gaming is hurting our marriage, but he's not getting it. We've tried having him tell her that he needs to focus on his marriage and that they should only message through group chats and not privately, and she said she understood but continues messaging him, and after a week or so he broke down and resumed messaging with her and then lied to me about it. I only found out a few weeks later when I saw their Discord messages up on his computer. He said it's just become a habit and he's struggling to break it. I hate that she's his best friend and that he finds it easier to talk to her than me. I've cried and told him I was sorry I couldn't be more like her or more of a gamer. He's cried and swears he doesn't have feelings for her, but to me he likes her enough to lie to me about messaging her. We're stuck not knowing what to do because he doesn't want to lose his best friend and doesn't want to lose me, but I can't think of any other compromises since they can't seem to just message through group chat. My sister and her husband game together with a friend group and they both agree that it's inappropriate that my husband talks to us so much. The above I've had typed up on my phone for a while and was holding off on posting because they all planned a trip, 5 people total, to finally meet in person, so we went out of state and all stayed together for a few days. The one boundary I gave my husband was to not be alone with her. The 5th person in the group who came as a single guy, and she was cuddled up and physically affectionate with him throughout the trip, even in front of her husband who didn't seem bothered by it. Strangely enough, it made me feel better because she was giving him a lot of attention and hardly any to my husband. Then the second to last day of the trip I woke up and they had both gone on a 10-15 mile walk together, just the two of them. He didn't wake me to ask if I wanted to come or anything. He was reluctant to tell me who he was with when I texted him asking where he'd gone. When they got back, my husband came into the bedroom and apologized and said he didn't think about it, and that they were just looking to see if there were any good views and checking on how bad the snowfall was. He knew I had reservations about coming on this trip and I only agreed because he was so excited and it had meant a lot to him. He's offered counseling and we're going to be looking into that. I really believe they didn't do anything inappropriate on the walk, but I'm still hurt and pissed off that he disregarded my feelings. Any advice on what other compromises we could try or ways to get him to take this more seriously? Too long did not read. Exclamation mark. Husband has a female online friend who he spends more time with than me. He is constantly saying he didn't think it was a big deal, but you have been telling him not to do these things quite bluntly. Either you married a complete moron, or he simply does not care. You don't accidentally message someone privately when you can overgroup. You don't accidentally leave your partner sleeping to go be alone with someone else when you know you are not supposed to. You need to decide if you want to stay in this. I think after all of these things over and over, I would be done. Counseling is pointless. You have already communicated and all he does is ignore you and brush you off. I would like an update if you're up to it. Show your husband this post. He's constantly violating boundaries you two as a couple have set. This is a no-go for me. It also sounds like he has a compulsion when it comes to this woman and he needs a break. I think you two should do a no gaming month to focus on each other IRL.